Every time I leave Idaho, almost every single time, I bring a truck full of potatoes. It's usually we go about 700 miles a day, 650, 700 miles a day. Yesterday I went about 650, and then I'll go. I'm going the rest of the way today. The last probably 3 out of 4 years I've spent away from my family doing things like truck driving. I gained weight, and it was hard. It was hard to keep it off. And I got to the point where I was over the weight limit for Greco-Roman wrestling and freestyle wrestling. If you're over 265, there's no weight bracket for you. And I couldn't get down to heavyweight. In the midst of that, I watch television, watch ESPN, of course, and there was sumo wrestling. I just had this epiphany. I knew that that's what I needed to be involved in. I hunted out the United States Sumo Federation here in America and started getting involved in the tournaments that go on. It took 1.5 years of training before I even wanted to consider going to some of these USSF events. But in 2004, I decided, look, I could either, I'm not having success. I could either sit on the bench and admire these guys that are having success, or I could kick it up a notch. I've always wanted to run a marathon, and it was one of those things, how when you're young, you say, okay, someday I'm going to do this. It was someday I'm going to run a marathon. I didn't think I'd be 430 pounds when I did it, but so it goes. And, I can't think of two sports that are more opposite. Sumo wrestling and marathon running. Sumo matches are 10 seconds long, maybe. This marathon tomorrow, I anticipate at 14 hours at least. Absolute opposite sides of the coin when it comes to sports. To me, it's the same willpower and the same passion that's my opponent tomorrow is going to be the road. And I don't want to let the road win. I want to outlast it. I want to go the entire length of this marathon just to prove to myself, to prove to my mind, to prove to my heart that I'm tougher than the road. Recently, I've ran 6 miles 3 times. I've ran 5 miles 3 times, and I've ran 4 miles 3 times. And then I've ran 3 miles a ton of times. Most of the time, I just run 3 miles. And I noticed the thing where I fall short is not my heart. I could go. I go slow, but I could still go. But it's just my body, and especially the bottom of my feet. I feel like someone's taken a lighter, slowly warming up the temperature of the bottom of my feet. My strategy is to start out jogging, start out running like I normally do. I know I can at least go 5 miles, continually running. And then I'll get tired, and I'll get to where I feel like walking, and eventually that feeling is too great, and I start walking. But I only plan on walking for like maybe a mile, or maybe 2 at the most, and then running again, and then jogging again. Before I decided to do this, I knew that it would be an uphill battle, and I'd never ran that many miles. I've never run this many miles before. If I have to crawl the last 2 miles, I will. And all I care about is that finish line. I'm excited to be able to take advantage of those. I'm excited to prove to the world that a 430-pound guy can be involved in a 26.2-mile marathon, complete it in hopefully a decent time. This is uncharted territory. This is a wall after wall after wall trying to bust through. I'm exhausted. It's all I can do to take the next step. We're going to be the very last to make it. I will finish by midnight.
First or last gets the same medal. It's got the symbol for this year's marathon on the one side, and then it's got the traditional LA Marathon on the back. As they come in later, like I say, they get more emotional, and then when you tell them they got the same medal as the winner, they're just so happy.
Oh my gosh, it was unbelievable. But it's so exciting to make it. I mean, it is so exciting to finally say I've been through a marathon. So many people didn't think I could do it. So many people. And I trained, and I did all I could do, and that time that I had. And this is it. This is the moment now where it's culminated, and all that training has paid off, and all that focus and all that saying, that I'm gonna make it and all that. It's finally paid off. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable.